Hi, it's me, Sherry here. Uh, I did do a 23rd day in a row video, so I don't want you guys to think that I have, or me to think when I look back on this, that I skipped a day because I did not. Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't. I did make a video last night, and when I was done with it, I was up at the store getting cigarettes. And when I was done with it, I was like, maybe I just told too much about my daughter. Maybe that's a bit too much privacy. The thing is I wanted to make a reality channel forever. I mean, forever, for like 20 years. I've been wanting to make a reality channel about me, my children, and I, and my kids and I. They're adults now, but even as even as adults, from when they were a little bit younger until adults. I mean, we had some very interesting stuff going on. I'm telling you. Um, Everybody does, yes, I know, but not everybody wants to share it, for one. For two, not everybody has my personality, my son's personality, my daughter's personality, or my other son's personality. My oldest son, he is more zen. He's an introvert. Um, my daughter, she is identical to me right now. It's like she goes through the same exact thing that I've gone through in my past, and somewhat am going well, and a lot going through now. Going through the parallel universe stuff. Um, she's totally in it, like dead set in it. Like she went into a parallel universe, and I always wondered, like, when you manifest your parallel self, um, what happens to you here? If you're manifesting, trying to grab out of the universe a higher version of yourself, what happens to you here? Well, I kind of see what happens to her. What happens, and it's really scary. Um, this is my 24th video in a row. I'm pretty proud of myself. I know I'm not putting great content out there. I will someday, because I do love doing this. I look forward to doing this. It makes me put on my makeup every day. It makes me, well, most days. Um, I'm still in the cleaning. I haven't put my bed down yet because I have to clean all the blinds. It's like the deepest cleaning you could possibly do after living somewhere for 2.5 years. It's like, you'd rather just move or pay someone to paint, but I don't have no money. I don't even have money to do my laundry. I don't even have no money to do it to get a pack of cigarettes. So I am broke. I get a check once a month, and it sucks. But anyway, so the parallel universe thing. My first real experience with parallel universes is, okay. I always heard about it for a while, and I believed in it, and I tell people, can you believe they're almost proven parallel universes? That is just so crazy. Well, when I started meditating, it got real. So I wasn't meditating parallel universes. As a matter of fact, my first meditate. Well, I'd do a 3 minute one. It was so hard to get me to meditate, but I wanted to and I needed to, and I was already like spiritually awakened at the time. So I wanted to start meditating. Well, I did a 3 minute one. Then I did a 5 minute one. Then I did this 10 minute one. And this 10 minute one, um, I did it once. And no, actually, I did it twice. And my son, I had a doctor's appointment the next day. And my son took me to the doctor's appointment. I had already told him about the dream. The meditation. Because in the meditation, you're imagining, which I'm having a hard time imagining anyway. I like, it took me a long time. I'll tell you on this next meditation, the one that really got me into meditating. Oh, it took me so long. But this 10 minute one, um, was meant obviously to be, because then I meditated majorly after that. That like popped me in there. But okay, so it's a 10 minute one, and you're sitting there and you're trying to just get rid of all the trash in your head, kind of, so she says, picture a road. And I'm trying my hardest to picture a black paved road. That's what I wanted. Yeah, just because it would look so clean and nice. and I kept picturing a dirt road. It drove me nuts. I was like, kept trying to picture the pavement. I just kept picturing dirt and trees all along down, trees going all the way down this dirt road. But it was a short dirt road. Well, then she says, there's picture a bunch of bags of garbages all over the road, and you picture that, and then sway them with your hands. Picture yourself swaying them to the side, all the garbage off the road to the side, and you're walking in it. And you're just swaying all the garbage, and you're clearing your mind. You're clearing your energy. So we go to the doctor, and the highway is too packed for us to take back, so we take a different route. Well, we go to this church, this huge church, and we're hanging out looking at it. Then we leave, and you guys might not think it's a big deal, but it was a big deal. I know it was a synchronicity. It's not a coincidence. So we're driving, taking directions from the GPS, maps, and all of a sudden we hit this dirt road. Like, I go, oh my God, Scotty! As soon as we hit it, I go, this is my dirt road. I mean, it looks just like it. And I'm like, that's weird, and I didn't think much. Then he goes, oh my God, Mom, look. And to the left, where, on his side, him driving, there was a garbage field. I had never seen a garbage field in my whole entire life. I've seen garbage men picking up garbage, but I never, ever really seen a real garbage field. I kind of always wondered what it looked like. And it was not as dirty as I thought, but, I wasn't in it. We were on the outside. It was a huge one. So there was my road, and I said it before he said, there's a garbage landfill right there, right to the side. I was like, oh my God. So he was even like, oh my God. Then we're driving along, and I go, oh my God, look at that store. It's called Edith's Party Store. And Edith is not a very common name nowadays. And that was my granny's name and my Aunt Edie's name. And it's like, that's weird. So that got me into more into wanting to meditate. So I was learning on YouTube about, like, I don't know, spiritual stuff, and it kept saying raise your vibration, raise your frequency, raise your vibration. So I looked up how to raise your vibration, meditation, guided meditation, and I found one called raising your vibration with the archangels by Natasha Tome. She did it 8 years ago, and then she redid it 4 years ago, AD free, whatever that means, but whatever. I used the 8 years ago one, Dad used, and I did it for 8 months straight. I knew nothing about what she was talking about in this meditation. I just knew that I felt better when I was done. It's only 36 minutes, and I felt better when it was done. I just did. I felt in a better mood, and I couldn't imagine everything that she was telling me to imagine in the beginning, or even breathe right. I wasn't even breathing the proper way. But the more I did, I got better every day. I get better every day, every way. Every day, every way, I get better and better. That's from a book that I've been reading or listening to. So, about quantum jumping. But anyway, so while those 8 months are going by, I'm watching and learning, and I'm just obsessed with everything that's on YouTube that's suggesting off of what I liked. And it was just amazing. So many different theories of God, so many different theories of this, that, and the other. And a lot of proofs in the meantime, I felt amazing. My vibration was starting to kick in when I could start imagining. It took me a minute when I finally was breathing the way she says. She says, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And then, in between, you realize you should breathe in through your nose, out your mouth. And then when you're just regular breathing, which is like after like 3 big breaths usually, you're just regular breathing. And so you're not paying attention to it. But if you start to think of something in your mind, the best way to not think of something in your mind is to breathe in. So when you're breathing in, even if it's normal breathing, okay, so let's just say normal breathing. through your nose and whatever, you do or you can feel the cold air going in your nose and the cold air going out your nose. Making sure your chest and your feeling your chest and your stomach when you breathe in, and feeling your chest and stomach when you breathe out. Even if you're breathing normal, not even heavy breathing. And there's always like a break. Like, okay, I'm breathing right now. So there's a break. Here's the break. 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 So they tell you to even pay attention to that. So you can totally stop thinking of anything else if you're paying attention to that. And you can get good enough. I finally got good enough to where I could pay attention to the guider. I did guided meditations. I like them. I could pay attention to the guide in the meditation, and what I was supposed to be feeling while I was still breathing that way. So it's not like, I mean, maybe in the beginning, but it's not like you're sitting there paying attention to your breathing, so then you can't pay attention to her or the music or nothing like that. Your subconscious, for one, will pick up on that. For two, consciously, I'm not consciously, yeah, consciously, I could just, I don't know, I could stop thinking. And even though I'm paying attention to my breathing, I'm not paying such close attention that I can't hear what she's saying and what I should be imagining. So when my mind starts to wander off, that's what I do. My mind stopped wandering off. Not now, at this very moment. I've had a, oh God. Okay, so anyway, oh, so I'm learning in between the whole 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 months, I'm learning what everything is in her meditation. She pretty much covers almost everything in a meditation. She covers grounding, which I knew nothing about. She covers grounding to the earth, and it's awesome how she does it. The clock just said 12:12. That's pretty cool. Or the time. And the way she does it is really cool. Um, we have a lot of gold in the earth. So, I don't know, she says, like, so you have roots that go from your feet, and you picture your roots going from your feet, and they go down and to the earth, and then down through sand. She'll say down through sand, down through rock, down through shell, down through crystal, into liquid gold, and then you pull it up through your roots. It's it's of wisdom and enlightenment. Right. So at first I'm like, yeah, I can't even picture roots, but I still did it, and now I can do this. I don't do her meditation anymore because after 8 months, it was kind of a sleep meditation, but not. It's 36 minutes long, so I didn't know anything about it being a sleep meditation then. She said to lay down. I tried. No way. I fell right asleep. So I sat up doing it, and I would just, I don't know. I would be laying there in bed. I'd take my meds and laying there in bed waiting an hour to get up because I was working at this hotel at the time. And, I'd get up and do that, and I'd be off and running. It just raised my vibration so nice. So I really don't see how it could be a sleep meditation, but I did start falling asleep. I had a very weird, awesome experience with it toward the end, like the very end. I was starting to fall asleep, not doing it, but still doing it because I didn't know what to do without it after 8 months. And that to me was my whole entire thing. My whole entire life was learning everything that she meant in the meditation. Once I did, getting into 5D state of being, because the earth will be ascending into 5D, and it's going to not split physically, but split our state of being. There will still be people who want to be in 3D, 4D time, 5D, unconditional love. So I was striving for 5D, hearing a lot about it. Now, well, okay, so, oh, so one day, I was doing it, and I started to see visions, real visions. Okay, the first thing that I ever seen was not just the black between my eyes. I closed my eyes, and to imagine, you really got to kind of keep your eyes down. I knew nothing about the third eye and the pineal gland. So you keep your eye, when you shut your eyes, you keep your eyes down and you're trying to imagine something in your head and all this other stuff. Well, I started to imagine it around me. Like I was actually in the garden. My guardian angel was with me, what she looked like, how we sat, and I was actually in it. Okay. So that was pretty cool. Uh so that imagination became pretty cool. I still cannot make flowers a bunch of different colors. She says, make the flowers a bunch of different colors. I can't. I don't know why. They're just I just hardly even notice flowers. I don't know why, but I do imagine she says, have a waterfall in the middle of your, whatever, you have a waterfall in the middle of your garden. And I have a huge waterfall coming out of rocks that is gold, gold like water coming down into a beautiful purple lake. You can make up your own, but after you go along, but so oh, I learned everything, and after I learned everything, I was like, wow, she covers everything. She covers 12 chakras instead of, or chakras, whatever you want to call them, chakras, instead of only seven. She covers 12, which are important. And there are more than 12 even, which are important. Um, she covers those. It's like a chakra cleansing, and she puts an archangel with each chakra, except for your three bottom chakras. She puts Archangel Gabriel, but she has a different archangel for every chakra. Now, I don't believe that that is set in stone. I think that's just something she came up with. Also, a different thing that she also did was our root chakra is supposed to be red, and our heart chakra is supposed to be green. And I say supposed to be because that's what the world does it, but she did it and I learned it where your root chakra, your base is white, and that your heart chakra is white with a pink middle in it. Also up here, your crown chakra. She did not make that purple. She made that white with a pink in the middle, I think. So I don't know. Maybe she knew something we didn't know. um, I did finally, after I, couldn't do her meditation anymore without sleeping, sitting up or whatever. Um, I went on to doing different ones, and then I started doing the, red chakra and the green heart chakra because that's what everybody did, and I was following, that meditation. So, but I started seeing these visions, probably for about 3 days, and I seen, okay, so I'm all of a sudden I'm seeing this happening, and I'm like, wow, and I just let it go. I was like, oh my gosh, I was seeing just green and purple. No, I don't know what I was seeing back then. Now I see green and purple swirling around, going into vortex, all kinds of stuff, but it's always green and purple. And for me, I think that's my aura, and I'm not positive about that. I haven't proved that, but the reason why I think I see green and purple is it's my aura. The you got energy bodies that go again around you. You got the mental body, the astral body, all the bodies. I can explain them someday, and I'll explain the chakra some days. I just wanted to kind of introduce me with meditating 2.5 years ago, and so I was in the middle of I was in a boat, I thought, and I just thought, go with it. Don't freak out. If I would have freaked out, I would have came out of the vision because I was so relaxed, had my frequency so high that my third eye opened. That's exactly what happened. And so I just let myself go. I didn't freak out. And so I am very scared of the lake, in the middle of the lake. I'm very scared of it. I don't want to be on no float in the middle of it, even hardly even a boat. But so I was scared at first. I got scared, and I'm looking at a lake house that's far away, and I'm like, where am I? And I'm not dreaming. I'm awake. I mean, I'm aware of everything. I could have just opened my eyes and been over, or not even open my eyes. I could just stop it if I wanted, but I just let it go. I just let it go free. I let my third eye do what it has to do. My everybody has psychic gifts. clairvoyance, all kinds of them. And everybody has them. You just got to tap into them. Well, I was tapping into mine. I have all my life. Um, but this was intentional. You know, in the past, it was dreams that didn't come true till like 3 years later. And I had proof because I tell someone about the dream and then it come true. So I'm, you know, I got proof that I've had dreams that do come true. And I can tell when they are the ones that are going to come true. But anyway, so I was sitting there with the visions, and I'm in the middle of the lake, and I'm looking at a house, and all of a sudden there is no boat. I am the water, the actual frigging water. I'm the water, and it was like wow, and it felt so good, and but I knew I was the water, conscious. I was consciously the water, which means to me, well, water has consciousness. So I then it turned into like a little stream over some rocks. I could feel that, but I was the water streaming over the rocks. Then there were these real tall pine trees, real tall. I mean, like major, the tallest pine trees I've ever seen. And then there was like that much water over these tall pine trees. So they were just enveloped in water. And I was the water flowing over the pine trees. It was, and I remember I didn't think nothing of it then. I just felt, you know, very serene and very calm and very uh watery. So, you know, it looks like I got a tooth missing. I don't though, from piercings. Anyway, so then I had a vision the next day or so that my son and I were looking at each other. Like I could see us looking at each other, and I know it was in a past life. We were dressed like 40s, I'd say. Maybe the 30s, the 40s we were dressed like, and we were looking at each other. And then like the next day, so it was about 3 days, I had another one where my son was driving in his car like normal, and I was looking at him. Like I was right there looking at him. So act like I'm acting like I'm invisible, looking at me, just talking right now, which I'm not invisible. I got my okay, but can you imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Like my face was right up to his face, but I had no face. I was only consciousness. Watching him drive. He wasn't doing nothing. He was just driving. And then I called him up and asked if he was driving, and he was. So it's really beautiful. So that put me even deeper into meditation. So one day I'm at this treatment that my son was getting, Spravato. Bullshit. Shit. Anyway, and I'm out. They have this beautiful landscape out in front of this in front of this medical building, and it has like willow trees, a willow tree, and then it has a waterfall, and then it has a little river that streams to another big pond, and then another pond. So I sat at this pond, and I faced the sun. Usually I face east when I meditate. I faced the sun, and I said, whatever meditation comes on next, because I'm having a hard time finding a meditation. I said, whatever meditation comes on next, I'm doing. So I'm you know, and it came on this one by Your Universe, and it was DNA activation. So I did it. Nothing I was really interested in. I was more interested in archangels, you know, chakras, all that. But this one really made me feel good after I did it. I was facing the sun, which was west, and I did it for 3 weeks straight. Now, she also has some quantum jumping hypnosis, time travel hypnosis, all kinds of these videos right there, like 4 years ago. So I did the time travel one, uh, and I did the quantum jumping hypnosis 3 times. She has law of attraction ones too. I did it 3 times, and if I'm remembering correctly, this is the one that has a train in it. The first 2 times I did it, I was aware of what I was thinking. I was in the dream, and it says, dream your, or think of, she should guide you through. You know what I mean? You're getting on the train, you're going somewhere. Where are you going? Blah, 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 blah. And the first 2 times I was very aware. One time I was doing a book signing, or no, I got an award for my book that I wrote, and my kids were waiting for me when I got off the train. But every time I got off the train, there was this big, no matter how much, well, at the 3 times I did it, there was this big, there was a building, and then there was this big pillar, like big old pillar. But I still had control. I seen my kids and stuff like that. So then the second time I made up something different. I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah. It was me having 5 modular homes on some property for my kids and I to live. And then my daughter is a recovery coach. I'm a healer, and my son's a uh, life coach, and my other son's a photographer because that's his dream. But we all, and my ex husband's back in the woods because he likes to be out in the woods. So his modular's out in the house, which I picked a modular because they're not real expensive for one. I mean, compared to like, I'm not wanting a mansion. I'm not asking for total, money, money, money. I want peace, harmony, and my children to have it, and my grandchildren. So, um, the third time I did it, now this is where it gets nuts. The third time I did it, I was sitting on my patio. I fell into her hypnosis. I got hypnotized. And um, I was aware that I was sitting there meditating, totally aware that I was sitting there meditating. And, but it's just like I almost like I'd fallen asleep and was dreaming, except for I wasn't asleep. I was aware, I was hypnotized. And I had no control over what it did. So what it did was I went to pick up, like, I knew that water was, like, all of a sudden I knew that water was everything, that we were like in water or something, and water is everything. And there was this little ball of water on the ground, and I went to pick it up, and because I knew it would stay a little bubble, because water is just magical, whatever. And it splashed in my hand. And all of a sudden I look over. I mean, and so there's these 2 garages, 2-car garage. Both of them are, up the doors, the whatever's garage, their doors are open. And there's this little fat man with short arms, short legs. And I said, "Where's my daughter?" Don't ask me why. I said, "Where's my daughter?" And he points over to where she is. And he was like, not a bad guy like mafia or something. He's just a weird guy. I mean, it was just weird. And she was laying on the second garage on the ground. She had a black and a white with black polka dotted skirt on, tight, and she had a red shirt on, tucked in, and her hair was what's it? The old, like in the 20s, I think. Her hair was, I can't remember what it's called. Like, they teach it to you in beauty school. I can't remember what it's called, dang it. And she was getting up, so I knew she wasn't dead. And all of a sudden I heard 3. And that was the Your Universe guide, Jessica Connor, I think, bringing you out of the hypnosis. So as soon as I looked down at my phone, as soon as that was over, I was in shock. I was like, "What?" I opened my eyes. I'm like, "What?" And I looked down at my phone, and there's a suggestion, like right on. It wasn't even like I had to look or anything. I just looked down at my phone like a second later, not even a second, and it says your DNA has been activated. I was like, "No way!" So I watched it because I'd been doing her DNA activation for 3 weeks, and your DNA has been activated right after that. Come on. So I watched the DNA activation, and it told me about Emmanuel, the orchestrator of light. Um, it was just crazy. It like explained everything that I had in my dream, um, or my hypnosis, and like about water, about everything. It blew my mind, and that was the proof, because the whole week before this happened, the whole week before these 3 days, um, I or those 3 times or whatever, the whole week before I did this proof, I was saying, because I was getting stuff on our phone, like I'd say something to my son, I got the biggest ad over three things that I said to him, not even said to him, sometimes said, sometimes text privately in a message. And so I was like, what if YouTube has totally generated my whole entire spiritual journey here? I was freaking out. I was like, that would be insane if I thought all of this the whole time, really seen synchronicities, did all this, and this they've been generating the whole time off of what I say and do because they can hear me. Well, that was proof. That was full proof. It came at the right time. It was the universe, God, creator, whatever you want to call it, my higher self, who knows who does this part, but it was amazing because obviously they can't read my mind. They cannot read my mind. I don't have no chip in my head, so they can't read my mind. And that next your DNA has been activated, read my mind, everything that I had in the hypnosis, even more. So I just wanted to let you guys know that and let you know that this is my 24th day in a row. And I do believe that things will get better. I feel things will get better. So I'm manifesting things will get better. And I really enjoy doing this. So I know it's going to get better. I'm going to get professional. Pretty soon I'm going to have one of those big microphones and doing podcasts or something. Or being called to a podcast because, I come up with some idea that everybody likes and I become a little less popular on YouTube. Um, I would hope that to happen. That'd be awesome. But if it's not for me, it's not for me. But so far, I believe it's for me. Um, if nobody watches them, that's okay because I will get better and I will eventually be watched and have a lot of subscribers. And I know this is for me. I like it. And I'll look back on this and make a compliment. What's that called? A completation or whatever. Oh my gosh. That's at Wellbutrin for you. Forgetting words. Compilation. I'll make it'll be from 2 years from now, year and a half from now. I'll be making a compilation of all these videos and laughing. Well, I'll be laughing because I'll be so professional by the time that comes. Or I'll just be myself, and the subjects I talk about will get me my subscribers and my likes and my what's it called comments and how I don't know how whatever however it works. Um, but I enjoy talking to the world. Like maybe if nobody even watches it, I know it's possible that someone might read you watch it, and if they do, they might get helped by it. In turn, I'm getting helped by it because I had to start something. So we're all love. We're all love. We're all it's unconditional love all the way around. Um, I just don't put myself in positions to where I have to, you know, go in between. God, should I judge this or not? I mean, I'm not supposed to judge anything. We're not supposed to be judging anything. Um, but yet we have to. I just don't put myself in those positions. I don't watch that crap on TV. Um, I mean, I watch stuff on TV, but not interrogations with people that have killed their children in really sick ways because it makes me think the world is sick, and I know that God, the creator, which I think is in every cell of our body, that's just a whole nother deal. I've already been on here 33 minutes. I love you guys unconditionally. I hope you love me unconditionally back. Um, I can feel the energy transference, and I hope you can too, of love. Just love. There's no reason for you not to love me, and there's no reason for me not to love you. If I find a reason, I might not love you. I will just not kick it with you, on comments or stuff, or you know what I mean? But definitely I don't want to be cut down, and I definitely will take suggestions. I know that somebody said that not somebody this woman said that I need to clean my lens. What I think is in the lens is my son got me I can't remember what it's called. Whatever, a really good cover for the front of the phone, And I looked at it, and the circle in it isn't right. It's kind of goes over my camera. I didn't do it that good, which is fine because I need to take it off anyway because I got this tiny little dot in the middle, like tiny dot in the middle. When I'm texting everything, I keep scratching at it, and it's in the inside. So that's another reason to change it. Anyway, I love you unconditionally. I hope you guys have a great day. Night. I hope that you guys believe that I really did do a 23rd one. It was just too personal, of my daughter. I got carried away, and I can't do a reality show without the people. So it's not going to be a reality show, obviously. I'm going to have to get more creative. Um, I'll have to get alpha state and manifest something to be more creative. Go to my dabble grander. I don't know. I'll explain that to you guys tomorrow. But also, my big mirror. Okay, for some reason, mirrors keep breaking. My big mirror in my bathroom. I was just cleaning up or drying off the other mirror on the bottom. This one's on the top, on the bottom. I'm just drying it off from taking a shower. And this one all of a sudden knocks me. I mean, it's heavy too. It bammed me in the head, fell and bammed me in the leg, and just shattered. And I'm like, oh my God, universe, tell me if I'm not supposed to be messing with the universe or messing with God or messing with the creator. You know what I mean? Or messing with what happens in my life. Tell me if it's woo woo or if it's spells or something. Let me know. You don't have to break shit over my head. I didn't think that at first. At first I said, God, why would you do that to me? Why? That's what I did. So I apologized. Kind of. I will apologize. God, I'm sorry. Or creator, I'm sorry. See, I think that the creator is in every single atom. We'll never ever have a microscope big enough to see him because it's invisible. I believe that it started as this invisible thing, and it grew and it grew and it grew over. We'll get it back to it. Anyway, though, I do still pray. I still feel, even though if it's in every single cell of our body, because it's atoms, we are nothing but atoms that formed into matter. And water is consciousness for a fact. Um, so I let my water. When I get out of the shower, I put my water on as cold as it can get without shutting it off, and let it run while I'm drying off. And I thank it for giving me a shower. Now I'm starting to thank my bathtub, my toothbrush, everything. I'm grateful for everything. I love you guys very much. I'm grateful for you, and I love you. Bye.